Good morning and welcome to the Franchise Minute. I'm Anna Wiles, the franchise economist. Today's topic is sports franchises, and we have a special guest, Torin Otis from M14 Hoops franchise. Good morning and welcome, Torin.
Hi, Anna. Thanks for having me on this morning. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a moment to watch a 60-second video on sports franchises, and then we're going to have 15 minutes of live Q&A. I'm going to ask the questions, Torin, and you're going to provide the answers, okay?
You got it.
Okay, here we go, the Franchise Minute. Welcome to the Franchise Minute. I'm Anna Wiles, the franchise economist, and today's exciting topic is sports franchises. Talk about a growing area. Most sports franchises are focused on helping young people learn sports and the importance of fitness. Some are broad in nature and help young athletes in a variety of sports get to the next level of competition. Others focus on one sport like basketball or martial arts or soccer to teach the mechanics along with character development and life skills. As an athlete growing up, I can attest to the lifelong value of getting young people involved in sports. They made me a better parent, a better spouse, and a better business owner. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the Anna Wiles YouTube channel. Come back next Wednesday at 11:30 for the next edition. I'm Anna Wiles, the franchise economist. What an interesting and growing area in franchises, not only just kid-related franchises, but sports franchises. Wouldn't you agree, Torin?
Yeah, it's there's a lot out there when it comes to sports franchises, but franchises in general, right? It's I've been with my company for about a year now in the franchise industry, and it's been quite the learning curve.
Okay, well, I've got a question for you. What differentiates M14 Hoops from other sports franchises?
Yeah, great question. I won't even pretend to know about all the other options out there. So I'll stick with what I know about us, right? And that's basketball skills and development. That's what we are. So I'm going to give maybe what seems like a long-winded answer here, but I'm not going to overcomplicate what this business is, right? Because that's what it is. It's basketball skills and development. We understand, as we grow up and mature and become adults, the value that youth sports have on us as children, right? Getting us out of the house, getting us off of the iPads, getting away from screen time, the social skills that we develop from being around other kids. And so for us, we understand that the youth sports industry is a $19 billion industry. Basketball is the #1 youth sport. It's #1 on the boys' side, and it's #3 on the girls' side. So there's opportunity out there. Our founder, Matt Miller, he had a professional career in basketball. He played in Europe, in Germany, in Bosnia, and England, and he also played for the Rwanda national team. So he's seen, I'll say, basketball from both sides. He's seen what I'll call the American game. It's about scoring more, and then he's seen the global game of basketball and the team and skill development aspect of that. And because of his experience, he's brought kind of both of those worlds together.
It's such an interesting story about your founder. Very unique in all of franchising, really. That's fabulous. I'm so glad you shared that with us. Okay, I've got a question about the background and experience that you're looking for in someone to be a successful M14 Hoops franchisee. Is there any particular background or experience that you find is especially helpful?
Yeah, I love this question. And I always preface it with, this is a business opportunity, not a basketball opportunity, right? If you love basketball, if you played basketball, you know the game, all the better. But don't think that has to be a prerequisite to exploring M14 Hoops, right? What we want are those that have a passion for youth sports, youth development. And then if you've got basketball on top of that, great. That's what we're about. Community connections. You've got a background in business development, in marketing, in operations, and leadership. So much of this business is just being able to network, right? Bump shoulders and rub elbows with people at games, at tournaments, players, coaches, parents, you name it. That's the simplicity of our business model.
What a fun business to be in. Wow. Getting you go to games, watch sports, and chit chat with the parents and the coaches. Oh, wow. Sounds wonderful. All right. Let's dig a little deeper. So that's background and experience. What about skills and abilities? You've mentioned networking. That seems like that would be key. Is there anything else that you're particularly looking for along the skill set or ability?
Yeah,
You know,
I think it's your basic management and leadership skills, right? The networking is going to be the way that you grow this business. The word of mouth and referrals are going to happen once you get kids in the door and we give them that M14 experience. But it also comes with some of the basic marketing. You're going to do your Facebook and your Instagram and your social. You're going to put up flyers and posters and those types of things. But it's what we're doing, right? It's being able to have a simple conversation about who we are and what we do, and hopefully grabbing a few kids along the way.
well, help us understand how a in our world in franchising, a common question is, what's the day in the life of a franchisee like? Can you shed a little bit more light on that? I mean, I'm getting the idea of attending sporting events and networking in the community, but elaborate on that a little bit for us.
Yeah, the beauty of our model, the buzzword, as you know, in this industry is so many people are looking for that semi-absentee model, right? We don't like that because, as you and I know, nobody can come in and start a business and be absent in any way. So we use the term manage the manager, and that's what that is. You're going to come in and you're going to hire your operator. That's the person that's going to be doing your training, right? We're not looking for people that are going to come in and be in the day-to-day grind of training kids. If there's somebody out there that wants to do that, they got to come to us. They got to come to you, and you got to introduce them to me right away, right? But from the benefit to the simplicity of this model, we're going to build out an entire marketing calendar. So from day one, you're going to know, here's what's going on from a marketing perspective over the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We've got an entire curriculum built out for training, camps, clinics, our academy, one-on-one training, Sunday skills, all of these different things. The benefit to this as a business is that we've got all of that laid out. Matt and then our other 3 members on our leadership team, all were small business owners that started their businesses on a legal pad. And so the simplicity of this model is you're going to manage your operator. You're going to help out with the marketing side of things. You're going to do some networking to get the M14 brand name known in your area. And that's relatively it. There's certainly more to it, but that's the essence of this business.
It is simple. And I will tell you that practically 95% of everybody who contacts me looking for a franchise is looking for manage the manager, that semi-absentee model. And there aren't a lot out there to choose from. And then an even smaller subset are great ones that have strong unit economics.
Yeah.
So I can see why y'all are growing as rapidly as you are.
Yep. Yeah. If it were that easy, everybody would do it, right?
That's exactly right. Are there any particular markets that you're looking to get into? You know, anything kind of like on your hot list?
Yeah, the beauty of being a new brand is we're wide open, right? So here's where we're at currently. Chicago, that's our founder's location. This facility that you built, that you see behind me, this is all the work of our founder. This isn't the expectation when you invest, right? No lease, no brick and mortar. This can be the dream for our franchisees, and I think they all have this dream. So we're in Chicago, we're in Salt Lake City, Utah, we're in Indianapolis, we're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and then our two newest franchisees are in Toledo up through Detroit, and then Louisville, Kentucky. So outside of that, it's yours for the taking. Major markets are fully available.
All right, fantastic. Help us understand, what are the minimum financial requirements that you're looking for someone who may be interested in exploring M14 Hoops?
Yeah, you've got to have a $250K net worth and then $100,000 in liquid capital.
I would say in the scheme of things, that's definitely on the low end. So would you call this a home-based business because you don't need to go have a retail storefront?
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to operate it out of your home. You know, our single territory average investment is right around 110. Half of that is, as you know, are kind of from the fees involved. You've got some investment in travel costs for your training, for your operator training, and that's it. So no long-term lease, no brick and mortar out of the gates. Very, very simple to get started.
Well, speaking of getting started, go ahead and share a little bit with the audience what your training and support entails. You know, how you help your franchisees get started and then support them throughout the life of their business with you.
Yeah, I love talking about this because this is where that protection, I will say, is in place for us as M14, but really for you as the franchisee, right? Before you even hire that operator, you've got to do interviews. You're going to do a phone interview. You're going to have a conversation with that potential operator. But what's really going to happen is they've got to come out to Chicago and get approved by us as M14, us being Matt, Scott, Kelly, and Nick, our three other leaders. Once they give the go ahead there, now they've got permission, you can hire that operator. They're then going to come back for 2 weeks of on-court training and certification. We've got 40 trainers, certified trainers in our system right now. So they're going to go through 2 weeks of written paperwork. It's going back to school a little bit, right? You're going to have some written work, and then you're going to do some on-court work. But it doesn't stop there. Beyond that, you've got an entire calendar year of weekly calls with our specialists, with Scott, with Kelly, and Nick. It starts out at 3 times a week, and then after a period, you're going down to 2 times a week, and then after a period, you're going down to once a week. But it's that continued training and support for your operator that ensures they're representing M14 and you the correct way. And then that same thing is going to happen on the franchisee side, right? The operator is the face of your business. Ultimately, you get to put your name on it and stamp it as yours. But we'd be remiss to not think that since that operator is doing all of the training, they're the face of your franchise. So we've got to protect them, make sure that they're up to speed with us. And then you'll certainly have your training and ongoing training with understanding the systems, the marketing schedule, and all of that as well.
Well, that leads to another question. I know many people, regardless of the franchise, are concerned about the tight labor market that we're experiencing now. Does M14 Hoops do anything to assist their franchisees in gaining the right people to have on their team in their local market?
Yeah, absolutely. We want to try to make getting started as easy as possible. There are also things that come along with being a business owner, right? And that's the fact that you've got to get your business off the ground and find that person. We're going to help you. We've got job descriptions and postings for, and Indeed. There's a basketball specific website called Hoop Dirt. But really the strength of what we provide is thinking a little bit outside the box on where to go, right? If you think about coaches in basketball, I can tell you they're not in it for the money, right? We have a coworker of mine that was a grad assistant at a major D1 university and then became an assistant coach at a smaller college in Kansas. And we joked, you didn't make a salary, you made a stipend, because that's what the basketball world is. So we recommend a $50,000 base salary, right? For people that are coaching basketball, they're in it for the love of the game. They're not in it for the money. So when we all of a sudden come along and offer that, sure, it's a little bit enticing, right? And the way that I typically tell folks to think about this is in Nebraska, where I live, in order to be a coach at a high school, you have to be a teacher at the school. So now we've got coaches that are teachers just because they want to coach. If we can throw the education side out and we can get them to wake up every day and focus on basketball and the game that they love, there's our opportunity to find our operator.
Absolutely. So if someone is interested in learning more about M14 Hoops, what should they do?
You're the lady, right? That's why we're here today. You've been doing this for what? I think 20 years now, you said, right? 20 years compared to my one. The franchise world, as I've come to, is it can be crazy. There's a lot out there. So it's very important that they get in contact with you to make sure that that they're the right fit for us or whatever opportunity that they're potentially looking for.
All right. Thank you for that. And thank you for joining us. It's been great having you as our guest, Torin. And before we sign off, I'm going to encourage everyone to subscribe to the Anna Wiles YouTube channel. Be sure to join us next week when we're going to be talking about trash and junk removal franchises. I'm Anna Wiles, the franchise economist. See you next week.